Welcome everyone. I declare the meeting open and advise that we'll be electronically recording the council meeting to assist in assist with the minutes and to allow for live streaming. The Circular Council acknowledges the Northwest Tasmanian Aboriginal people as the traditional custodians of the country on which we stand, meet and play. We recognise their continuing connection to the land, waters and community. We pay respects to elders past, present and emerging. Attendance, we're here. We've got a leave of absence from Councillor Oldacre and Councillor Dabner. Everyone else is in attendance. Upstanding for prayers, please.
Let us take a moment to clear our minds and focus on achieving outcomes that serve the greater good of the whole community. May light illuminate all present and support everyone to bring their highest and best selves to the debate and the decisions made here tonight.
Thank you, councillors. Right. 2.1. Can we move these in one motion, both the minutes, or do them separately? Do them separately to be sure. 2.1, confirmation of the minutes of the ordinary meeting of Circular Council held on the 11th of June 2026 have been circulated, the minutes, so moving a second that they be confirmed. Thanks, Councillor Pilkington. Seconded, Deputy Mayor. No debate. Put the motion, those in favour. Against, carried. And 2.2, confirming the minutes of the special meeting held on the 2nd of July 2026. A copy having been circulated, be confirmed as a true record. Moving to seconder, please.
Yes.
Thanks, Councillor Papusky. Second, Councillor Collins. No debate. I'll put the motion. Those in favour? Aye. Against, carried. Declarations of interest. Is there any councillors got any declarations of interest?
Yeah, I do. The one of the tenders, is that
Enclosed?
enclosed?
Yep. Whatever number. Yep. Right. As we get to it, we'll.
Yep.
Yep. Same as what the workshop. Yep. No more. Right. 4.1. There's a series of meetings and appointments for me there. Is there any questions on those?
The dark skies experience. What?
It was dark. We actually
Was it overcast?
It was a beautiful night.
We went up to Councillor Collins's place, the committee, or Councillor Collins's committee, went up and just had a bit of had a couple of people that knew what I was talking there, just pointing out what it would be. So it was quite interesting actually for a person that's never been involved in anything like that. So. Yes, Councillor Flowers.
The meeting with Sustainable Timbers, that was just to do with their rate?
Yeah, that was a Zoom meeting that Rachel and I had with them, with the rates, yes.
Yes, no worries, thank you.
Councillor Hine?
Yeah, just the one with Felix Ellis, and while I'm on the feet, the Western Emergency Management Committee meeting.
Felix actually, Minister Ellis, we were meeting with him here and we finished up, that was when there was a group down at Dismal Swamp, so we piled him in the car and went down to have a look at where Dismal Swamp was at and had our meeting in the car. It was just a general catch-up. He was in the area, so it was just one of the normal general catch-ups. What was the other one, sorry? The
Western Emergency Management Committee.
Yeah, that was just a standard what we do if things go wrong, and I'm really just an observer at that meeting. The staff tend to do all that sort of stuff for us, so it's really the all the councils, Bernie, Wynyard Circular Head, on how they would react if there's an emergency. So, Councillor Collins.
The charity appeal launch discussion, what was that about?
That was, I was asked the shoebox, the they send them away overseas.
Oh, okay.
Mission Australia or something like that it is. So Glennis King and the pastor out at the church come and asked me if I'd launched that for them. So it was just a nice little, you know, there's these shoeboxes are going to kids who've got nothing. So it was just a nice little
Thank
thing.
you.
Councillor Flowers?
Tasman Water General Meeting, what was that, an 8 overall?
That was just a annual general meeting. Was it annual meeting? No, just general meeting. It was the standard one. They do their slides and their whatever. There was some concerns raised by most of the mayors around the main thing. The main bit that was really concerning was that when they went to the regulator with their very high request, they never circulated that around any of the councils as if they didn't get that, what would that mean? We've been caught with a 80 grand or something that we need to find now, and then some of them have been caught with 500 grand. So that was the main push, if you like, out of the meeting. Out of that, well, because of the reactions to most of the mayors there, they are doing a tour around where their appropriate financial guy and someone else and Craig Perkins are coming around to meet the councils through early August, I think it is. So where we can ask these questions face to face again.
So I understand they didn't get the price that they wanted.
No, nowhere near it.
Does this mean that next year they're going to try again, or is this set for?
What they've committed as far as council goes, they don't do this for 5 years now. So what they've committed as far as council goes is that they've got an expert committee of which our general manager is part of. They will consult with them before they set the dividends coming back to council.
So in other words, I'm more or less asking for the rate passing. In other words, they could come back next year and say, well, we want another 10% or...
No, it's 5 years down the track.
It's 5 years.
4 years down the track. There's this one plus another 4. So in about 4 years' time, they'll go through the same process.
Yep,
And
that's okay.
Councillor Pavoski?
No, I ask the Arthur Pyman Committee as far as two parts. One, the $10 million spend, how far down the track? And secondly, what's their fire mitigation plan for before next summer?
I'll have to take them on those. I'm not sure whether I'm allowed to release where that money's gone from. It's not a council committee, as you're aware. So I'll have to take that on those and check what. And the fire mitigation, no, I can't answer that off the top. So.
I don't believe that it was completed last year, so I was just wondering because, especially south of the Arthur River, it's
Yes.
it's quite. I reckon it's high priority.
They would definitely have some burns planned.
Yeah.
But I couldn't tell you where they would be, so I'll take that on notice and come back to you.
Righto then. Good, thank you.
Councillor Collins?
You're meeting with Anita Dow. What was that?
Same story, just Parliament finished sitting, so they come around and have a chat. That was before the request from Councillor Pilkington to click the let you guys know when they come and so you can throw questions that we can ask, sort of thing. Okay. So, but it was just the what's happening in your area, what have you got concerns of, that type of meeting. Councillor Hine?
Yeah, the Aboriginal Heritage TAS visit, what was all that about?
I got about half of that. There's actually up here, there's an act, can't remember the name, it's Aboriginal Heritage Act, just coming through, and they were having they'd done a presentation to Shaq, of course, and I was invited to go along, so I got to about half of it because I had another appointment, and then they was having an open day for drop-ins if people wanted to go and see them about what the Act meant, what changes there were, etc. So it'll be all around, there's some wording changed around what's heritage and what's not heritage, and what's a relic and what's not a relic, that type of stuff. So.
Thank you.
Councillor Flowers, I can see you looking keen.
With Arthur Pyman, do they, or do you know what's happening with these houses they're wanting to build with the...
There's one, I thought one was close to going.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I've heard that there was one. Are they still going to build two with...
I'm sitting on the second DA, but there's certainly one about to happen. I'm not exactly sure how far that about is out there, but there's certainly one in the drawing.
No physical presence yet?
Yeah, just that what I'm getting at, time they build two houses, there won't be a cent spent on the tracks. Like, we've already spent a couple of $1 million on, dreaming about it, and then they're gonna build two houses,
Yeah, but this is not the same money.
coming out of the same fund.
Take it on notice, find out for you.
Is it coming out of the same fund?
I don't believe so, but I will take it on notice.
Well, I was led to believe it's coming out of the same fund.
Yeah, but let me take that on notice and I'll come back to you.
Thank you.
No more? Can I have a move and a second that those be noted, please? Thanks, Councillor Collins. Second to Councillor Hine. Put the motion, those in favour?
Aye.
Against? Carried.
Keep the mayor working.
Jody, you got those questions, I hope you would have, so I'll forget to get them. Right, we've got some workshop we need to note there. I don't think there's any questions on those. Would there be? If not, can I have a move and a second they be noted then? Thanks, Councillor Poposky. Second to Councillor Collins. Put the motion, those in favour?
Aye.
Against? Carried. Council encourage community participation in the meetings through providing the opportunity for public questions and statements consistent with the Council's core values. Council and staff strive to ensure all people are treated with courtesy, fairness and dignity and respect, and we expect our residents and ratepayers to apply similar standards in dealing with councillors. As Mayor, it is my responsibility to maintain the orderly conduct of the council meeting and determine whether a question or statement is out of order. Due to use of offensive objectionable or defamatory language. I ask members of the public to show proper consideration and courtesy, and tonight I intend to give everybody who wishes to speak the opportunity to ask 2 questions or make a statement if they wish. Any more than 2 questions will be permitted at my discretion. So now is the time. If anyone has a question, come to the lectern and state your name and ask the question.
Yeah. My name is Riley Poposky and I'm asking a question in relation to page 114 of the meeting agenda in relation to Council's annual report statistics. In relation to the number of building approvals issued, which has fallen from a peak of 47 in 2020, 2021 to just 17 in 25-26. To put those in perspective, in 2020-2021, Council processed 47 building approvals with an average processing time of 5.44 days. By comparison, in 25-26 financial year, Council issued only 17 building approvals, almost 2/3 fewer. Yet the average processing time has increased dramatically to 21 days, representing a 4 times increase. From Council's point of view, what has led to the reduction in building approvals issued and the increase in processing time?
I'll have to hand that to Ella. You want to take that?
Through you, Mr Mayor, we might have to take that one on notice. Get the Development Services team to have a look at the statistics. Thank you.
My name's Melissa Wells and I live at Forest. I'm just here to ask the question in regards to the Duck River Pavilions and the Theaterette Visitors Information Centre and Heritage Centre. As a council, what are you paying to lease them facilities back from a private trust fund that was federally funded with government federal funds?
To start with, it's not a private trust fund, it's a public trust fund, a community public trust fund.
They don't have to answer to people in the community when you ask them questions, so it's private in that sense. I can't get that information from them.
You need to deal with the Agritas board, it's nothing to do with us.
But you as a council lease back them.
We can answer your first question.
Yep.
Through you, Mr. Mayor. So the actual funds itself, the actual monies paid would be specifically for the use of the space for the Tourist Information Centre. We have partial use of the Theaterette, The actual figures themselves, I'm afraid I would have to take that on notice. Very happy to share that. It is part of public record already. But yes, I'm very happy to make that openly available.
Yep.
I just wanted to ask the question in an open public meeting so that the community's aware and can hear it on the video. And I'd also like to question now in regards to the rates, because maybe you might correct me, Jared, but I'm under the impression that the Agritas and that is under the charity status. So do they actually pay rates for the Duck River Pavilions, for the Agritas building, and also for the dairy that is on the land?
We haven't got,
I would, through you, Mr. Mayor, once again, it's the actual rating categories or what's payable on the various rating categories. There are certain exemptions for eligible not-for-profit organisations. I can't state now whether they fall into those that category of eligibility to where they would receive any form of reduction or remission. But again, once again, through you, Mr. Mayor, I'm very happy to make that part of public record. Yes.
yeah, I can say if they do, it would be legislation. They don't form part of the policy document where we do give stuff, so they're not part of that. If they do, it would be legislation.
That's fine. I'm just wanting the question answered in a public forum so that people are aware about what's happening, that's all.
Okay,
Yep.
so that's it.
And now I have a statement to make.
Oh,
is
you're
that
pushing me
okay?
right out.
It's only a very short one.
Righto.
I'd just like to say that I watched the last council meeting and there was some comments made in regards to an Advocate article, and it was in regards to the budget and questions that were being asked, and I felt like that it was pretty rude and disrespectful the way that certain people answered that question, considering you do encourage people to come up from the community to attend these meetings and ask questions and participate in it. I feel like, personally, when I watched that, I was a bit shocked about some of the statements that were made about particular people and their actions with going to the media. And, you just wonder why people don't want to come up here and ask questions and interact with the council meeting. And perhaps what you said and how you addressed, well, Riley in particular, I felt was actually quite wrong, but that's just my personal point of view. So
Thank you. I think we've all talked to Riley on the way, so, but thank you.
Yep, and now my niece has a question. Is she allowed to ask a question?
Not really, but I'll let it happen.
You allowed?
Yeah, I'll allow.
Yep. Do you want to, Zathia? You don't have to if you're nervous. No, that's okay. She just wanted, can I ask it on her behalf?
Yeah, righto, last
Yep.
one.
It's a pretty simple one. She was just wondering about the new park over at the Western Esplanade.
Yes.
And whether or not that it would be finished by the end of this year like you guys said it would be, or if it's going to take a little bit longer.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. In response to the question, as the Speaker and members of the community we formulated a community recreation fund in order to get the planning for the park underway immediately. There are no more consultants, if that is any concern to people. This is something where the development of the park will be underway this year. And we hope that because we're actually commissioned an internal project manager on staff to manage the entire process, we hope to be able to release parts of that park throughout the year. We will make the facility open as soon as possible. It is going to be subject to the availability of the supply of materials, of course, as any development is. But yes, we're as excited as the community is about being able to progress that park, and we're very anxious to get it to a place where our community can make the most out of it. So, yes.
Yep, we've got a lot of excited kids too.
I'm
And I'd
sure.
just like to make the point that I haven't actually spoke with Riley about that. He has nothing to do with my opinion. That's just my personal opinion.
All right, thanks, Melissa.
No worries.
What?
Yep, Rodney Flowers, and I want to make a statement.
No, sorry, Councillor Flowers, please sit
No,
down.
come on, I'm a
Councillor
ratepayer.
Councillor
I'm a ratepayer and I've got the right to make a statement.
Councillor Flowers, please resume your seat.
I'm a ratepayer of the
Councillor
municipality,
Flowers, please resume your seat.
and I've got the right to make a statement.
You have not. Councillor Flowers, please resume your seat.
Were you going to prove to me that I can't
I'm
do it?
going to adjourn the meeting and if you don't, and ask you to leave the meeting if you don't resume your seat.
Well, whatever, but I can't make a statement.
You can't, no,
I'm a ratepayer.
I'm not accepting it. Please
I'm
resume
a
your seat.
ratepayer. While I'm standing here, I'm not a councillor.
I am not accepting it. Please resume your seat.
No, I don't accept that. I've got quite
I'm adjourning the meeting. I'll ask Councillor Flowers if he'll leave the meeting, please.
worries. I've got a right to make a statement.
I object to you kicking him out. Like, we're
You,
paid, he's
that's
paid
good.
to
Please, Melissa, you've got no
represent us.
right to speak, please.
Can I sit here?
No, I'm asking you to leave the meeting. We'll resume the meeting. Right. 7, no planning. Where are we? No planning items. Matters raised by council. There was a number. I'm not going to go through all those questions individually. If there's any comment on any of the officers' responses. Councillor Hine, you look like you can.
I'll probably leave it till the questions without notice, and I'll just respond to that question.
Right, no questions. We'll go to council's questions without notice. Councillor Hine.
Oh, thank you. I thank you for supplying that information with the Kings Park assets, and note that it's looked like most of it commenced around about the 2011 period. Could I now request the same information re West Esplanade, please? It looks like most of that infrastructure and playground equipment sort of all commenced around about 2011 on and I'd just like the same information.
We'll take it on notice. I'm not sure why you need that because we are moving on to replace that playground.
Yep. Thank you.
I'm not sure why you do need that.
Through you, Mr. Mayor, it might actually help us actually compose an appropriate response to you, councillor, if we understood the context. So either if you could maybe share that now or after the meeting, then it will help us provide you with the information.
Well, it flows on a little bit from the notice of motion a bit later on that's coming up. And I note that the allocation for the proposed two projects is 2.16 million. I'm trying to sort of come to grips with the actual allocation for both those particular parks.
With your permission, Mr. Mayor, it may actually help if you're willing, councillor, just explain a little bit as to why, or revisit a little bit as to why the Community Recreation Fund was formed. And the purpose of the fund, as you quite rightly pointed out, being 2.16 million, is to make sure that we maximise the value to the community and maximise the funds that we've got available. There has been no predetermined allocation of funds to one or the other park between West Esplanade and Kings Park. Whilst the intent behind the original allocation of 1.9 million, it isn't as simple as slicing off 1.9 million and the remaining being allocated to Kings Park. Where we have an opportunity to maximise the buying power of facilities by jointly procuring materials, by jointly procuring equipment, that is the purpose of having a single fund. But at this moment in time, we're still in the very early stages of sense checking with through the community participation side of things. As you know, we've engaged with Stanley Primary School. We're coming up with a form of basket of play equipment that the kids can then help us enter into a co-design, and the same applies to Smithton as well. You know, there's been an awful lot of work been put into West Esplanade already, and we know a lot of that already. So I suppose in summary, Councillor, it isn't as cut and dry as slicing off 1.9 versus you know, the other funds, really, the other 260,000. It's not as clinical as that. It's where we maximise the whole budget for the benefit of both sides at the same time.
Thank you.
Yep.
I've got another question if
Yep.
anyone else hasn't got it. No. Just bear with me a little bit. One device not talking to the other one. For some reason or other.
Take your time, man.
You're right. I got it.
I think that's up myself.
For some
Perhaps we
reason,
go on with another
yeah,
question.
probably it says Seymour, and I didn't press that Seymour. That's one reason.
So you got it? Thanks, Councillor Hunt.
Yep. Has the council staff made any provisions within the planned upgrades of West Esplanade Park for the so-called predicted future sea level rises / predictions? That's one question. If not, is it the intent of the management to do the research and then make that information available to council and to the council workforce? If so, have the markings been transposed over the area to identify where future park amenities may be located within the footprint of that area? And if so, can that information be made available to councillors prior to any major infrastructure construction at that park area? And the reason I ask that is we were given a proposed plan of the park way back, and when you look at the small area there and you try and transpose what actually happens with Day on the Duck, to me that it's just going to be squashed for room, and I can't see it all fitting on there. So, what?
Once again, that's very much a conceptual plan, so...
Yes, yes.
So I'll just...
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. As you pointed out, it is even the original plan was a concept design. There is a wealth of information available around potential sea level rise areas and coastal inundation, and through the planning process, we'll be endeavouring to look at all available plans and inputs to inform the location of any facilities, alongside maximising the space that's available and ensuring that the green space is maintained as well. We will be considering, and the Connected Communities team is included also, who are obviously responsible for Day on the Duck. They're involved in the community consultation process. So there's internally, we've already had an internal project kick-off meeting with all available teams that are going to, even in the smallest possible way, impact upon the delivery of the project, to make sure that everybody's connected and informed, and they can then feed into that planning process. As for bringing back information, I'm quite happy to share information, as I do, not just even through council meetings. There was a West Esplanade foreshore vulnerability assessment done, which again we're very happy to share with you. It was done by Alluvium Consulting. So we have got this information available, and it will all be informing that planning process. That is about project delivery, of course, and that's why the resolution that's coming up is to enable it to be delivered in the most efficient manner possible. Clearly, from Ms Wells's question before, the children in the community are obviously anxious to see it being delivered, and council staff are equally as anxious to get the park delivered as well. But we won't do that at the risk of ignoring the evidence that's available to us around coastal inundation.
Thank you. Follow up, if I may. It has more consideration been given to car parking within that plan, or has there been any further discussion sort of around where? Because the way that's outlined, it's doing away with a lot of car park, and I can see that as a necessary requirement.
So through Mr Mayor, we are in the very, very early stages of this project. Obviously, the budget was only adopted a short while ago, but through the initial assessments and through the initial inputs from our depot team, for example, we'll be looking to prioritise works that we know our families and kids value the most. And where car parking facilities falls in that whole plan needs to be looked alongside the budget, what's going to be available versus what the kids want to see up front and prioritised. Currently, there is quite a lot of parking available, so we've still yet to go through a formal plan to say, okay, what do we actually need in the first instance?
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Yes, Councillor Popovsky.
May I ask a question if it's not already done so? Have you been in contact with Building Tasmanians about the bridge at the end of Davey Street, Montague Road, the maintenance of and the painting of?
Oh, this is the main bridge. Yeah, okay, sorry.
The bridge over the duct.
Not personally, Councillor.
Through you, Mayor. No, I haven't been. Is there anything in particular I can reach out to them if there's any particular concerns you have?
We could have a volunteer day and do a bit of painting, but it's a disgrace, the condition of the bridge, and I think they need to put it on their maintenance program to get it brought up to scratch and paint it.
Cleaning and painting is what you're looking for. Cleaned up and painted.
Clean it up and paint it.
Yep.
Now that the Tas Water's finished their project,
Yep.
it's time they done it.
Yep.
Through you, Mayor. I'll follow up
Thank
on
you
that.
for that.
Yep, thank you. No further? Councillor Pilkington, you be paying.
Regarding Councillor Flowers' written question and response about the Robbins Island workers' accommodation, was that part of the original DA, or is it a new DA that is involved in this?
Through Mr Mayor, that was a part of the original development application.
So it's a variation of that DA.
Not a variation, that's how the permit was issued, that's the original.
So they have to submit for it to
Correct.
start work?
Yes, they do. They have to advise the general manager of the plans, and then we agree on a date, and then also they need to stipulate the date that it will be taken down. So there's a very specific time frame that the accommodation can be on the island.
Thank you. Can I ask another question? Relating to Duck River, do they hold an advertised AGM, and do they call for public nominations to be part of the board?
This is advertised, you mean? Or?
Yeah.
Yes, as far as I don't know about how they certainly not a public or advertise a public meeting. Now, who goes, I don't know.
Thank you.
Did you have another one?
Yeah. On the suspension of Councillor Flowers, can we now revisit that and invite him back in?
No.
So, are you able to provide a clause or something that sort of substantiates your ruling on that?
Not off the top of my head, but if you wish to put a challenge against me, you can. I chair the meeting. I've made a decision, Councillor Hines, so I ask you to resume your seat as well.
Right, thank you. I know.
Okay, no more? We'll move notice of motions. Councillor Deputy Mayor.
Yes. Councillors, I'd like to move a motion as per the agenda regarding the rescission of the West Esplanade Master Plan. As you've probably read through the motion, it's very wordy. I'm not going to read it all through, but through you, Mr Mayor, can I ask for the General Manager to give a bit of context to this motion?
First.
Oh, I need a seconder.
Councillor Collins. Yep.
Thank you. Yes, can I ask for the General Manager to give some context to the motion? Thank you.
Thank you. Through you, Mr Mayor. The context of this motion is based on the fact that when the original resolution was made in June 2025, it was with some very clear provisos in place and focused on match funding rather than what councillors have resolved in this budget year to enact, which is to create a community recreation fund. In order to not only create that, having created that fund, in order to spend and assign funds to that fund, it requires an adjusted resolution to come about, which is within the council papers. As everybody will be aware, the delivery of a project in a singular form is generally quite straightforward, particularly when it involves a single tenderer. What we're doing here, though, is quite innovative. Through the creation of a fund, we're looking to maximise the funds that are available to utilise across both the West Esplanade, and the Kings Park sites. And obviously the spread of those funds, the purchasing power that comes from it, the internal deployment of resources from council staff, means that there could be a large number of individual tenders that might need to come about. That is the context. We clearly, from what we have heard already, there is a large community interest and a very excited council team to get this going. And I hope that you will recognise that through this resolution, it's intended to actually deliver with efficiency and at pace, rather than having to keep coming back to this council table for individual decisions around tenders.
Got any more?
No, thank you for explaining that, General Manager. And I just want to see the whole thing happen. So whatever it takes to make it happen faster is good with me.
Councillor Collins, you wish to speak?
I just think this is a step forward in the way that we manage the money and manage the project, and it will make it a lot quicker. As the General Manager has said, we don't want to keep coming back to the table to get approval on different things which will hold up the project. So I think it's going to be a much more efficient way to handle it. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other speakers?
We're dealing with the rescind for a start off.
No, it's all one motion, Councillor Hunt, so if there's stuff in there you wish to speak on.
Yeah, righto. I'd like to move an amendment on page 23, section 2.
So you're in the first part of the motion or the second part?
No, in the second part, on where I assumed you'd do it in two motions. You'd actually rescind it first and then go back and put the second one as.
No, well, so what's your amendment? Give me.
What my amendment is, on the fourth line down, where it says adopted, and I've just emailed it through to
Jody, yes.
Jody. After the word adopted, you'll need to go up, put that up the page a bit further to page 23. Keep going up a bit further. Keep going. Wait on, no, down a bit. Well, you've got on the fourth line down.
Just a moment, Councillor Hine, too. I apologise. That is worded in such a way we would do it in two motions. So yeah,
righto. That's what I assumed you'd do. So
yep. So we'll deal with the first part, which is the rescinding motion, which is on the table now.
Yep.
Then we'll come back to you.
Yep. Thank you.
So my apologies. So is there any more discussion on the rescinding motion?
So what, I'm confused. What are we looking at now?
The first part of the motion is to rescind the fact that we need to get some grant money to be able to proceed, basically.
Through you, Mr Mayor, when you've got a resolution that's been adopted and voted on,
Yeah.
in order to have another resolution, you need to first rescind the first resolution.
So we're rescinding on that, so
So,
then we can
yeah,
proceed.
so the first 4 points of the motion we're going to,
1 to 4 is what we're dealing with now.
yeah, and then we'll go back to the second part.
Yep.
Thank you.
So any further debate on that first part? I'll put the motion. Those in favour?
Aye.
Against? Carried. So now, Councillor Dawes, Deputy Mayor Dawes, you will need to move the second part.
Yep, so moved.
Councillor Collins, you second it? Speaking? Moving a second if you wish to move an amendment. Councillor Hine, yes.
Thank you. Does the mover want to move support of it first or anything like that? No?
No, I'll wait for you.
Righto. Thank you. So, after the word adopted, I'd like to put in, goodness,
That's where he's referring to.
I better get the right thing for a start, don't I? Master plans, all right?
So hang on, wait. Yeah, gotcha. Righto.
Yeah.
Righto, of the West Esplanade and Stanley Kings Park and its key design principles. Also, this also includes, which is already up there, this also includes the allocation of funds, including any tenders up to more than.
Oh my
Any
God.
tenders across the West Esplanade and Kings Park?
Can we follow it?
He's not reading.
Have you got it written out there, Councillor Hine?
I've emailed it through to you, haven't I? Did it get there as a flying mile? Flying mail? EA, that email address was?
What are you working at, don't you? What are you working on?
Very good.
What are you working on?
Where are you
You
reading
got me
it
that
from?
confused.
I'm working on amendment to that, the wording there. You haven't got it.
So,
So what I'd like.
Take it around to her
What?
and show her.
please, thank you, Councillor
That's a
Fields.
good idea.
That's quite easy.
This is why we do ask that they're emailed in if you know you're going to do them.
Are we working on this?
Yeah, that's it.
Yes, that one, so I think that from here.
Where are we?
On the fourth line.
No, it's two, it's down here, look. There. After the word adopted.
So that's
That's one
where,
word. What's there, but I'll just read.
with the consistency.
So that's where he's at. I'm not sure what he wants.
I don't, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure he wants to put in there. I don't know about where he's at. But
So you see, here's where it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Plans, yes.
The only sizes there.
No, and I'm adding in these figures as well. But I'm
can you get that up there, Jody, please? Thank you. Well, just a sec, Councillor, mate, we'll get it up here and then we can see what we're dealing with.
I'm just trying, the basis is I'd like to try and allocate some
Yeah,
benchmarks.
Just wait till we get it up here so we can see what we're doing. So you got that? And there's some numbers or something
You've
on
got
it?
some numbers there to put in.
This master plan.
It's master
No,
plan.
you're in the.
No, it says
no,
master
you're
plans
right,
in
yeah,
there.
yeah.
I don't think he knows.
It says West Esplanade master plans, and now you've got it before it as well.
No, that's going to come out.
Which bit?
I want to put in after the Western Esplanade and the Kings Park, Stanley Kings Park.
It already says it there.
It already says Kings Park, doesn't it?
No, that's down the bottom, it's not,
And the Kings Park sites were...
It's not included how I'd like to see it included.
It makes no, right. Can you put the numbers up, Jody, then we'll move to see if there's a seconder, because we could waste time without a seconder here for a long period of time.
That's the wording.
Can you put whatever numbers he's got there, Stephen?
Where he's in,
Park and
right, so,
Fair design principle. This indicates the allocation of funds, including tenders.
right,
Oh, what?
I know what he's
And
ready to do now.
you
So
take
he's
the bottom
trying to
part out of it.
maximise the Stanley component of it.
Of course. Mm-hmm. 1 second, don't worry.
It doesn't. For clarity, councillor, if I may, is the intent behind the proposed amendment to maximise the amount allocated to Kings Park, and in some way it's the apportionment of the overall...
Trying to get an apportionment and a commitment on it, because I don't know where your 2,000...
So you got the numbers there?
Yep.
Right. Amendment's been moved by councillor Hine. Is there a seconder to the amendment?
Can I ask a question?
If there's not.
I'll allow that, yep.
Now, on reading, knowing where he's coming from, there seems to be that Kings Park isn't mentioned in the master plan side of it.
Correct.
But I don't think we should fiddle with the figures at all. We could just...
The figures add up to 2.
I know, but that's up to the council table at the time.
Yeah, so, councillor Pilgrim, if it gets a seconder, we can debate that way if you wish, then from there, I think.
Well, yeah. If it was just adding the master plan of Kings Park in there...
Kings Park's there.
It's down further, but I know where Tony's coming from. But not... I won't... Well...
Yeah. Okay. Right, we've got an amendment moved by councillor Hine. Is there a seconder to the amendment? If not, the amendment lapses without a seconder.
Thank you.
Right, so now we'll go back to debating the motion. Is there any speakers for and against the motion as it sits? I'll certainly be supporting the motion. It's one we've wanted to get going for a long period of time, and this is the opportunity to get it going. It also hurries up Kings Park as well, from where that would sit. So I'll certainly be supporting the motion to get the thing going.
Am I out of order if I speak?
Yep, too late now.
Okay, that's
Sorry. So I'll put the motion. Those in favour?
Aye.
Against? Carried. Right. Now we go to officers' reports. Right, changing time.
Here we go to what?
9.1. So the interim financial report now, Rachel's not here, so the GM will speak to it.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. As you'll all be aware, we're in a critical period at the end of the financial year. We're preparing all the end-of-year financials ahead of the auditors coming in. So this is the interim financial report through to period ending 30 June, ahead of that process beginning.
Questions? Councillor Pilkington?
Going to current assets and liabilities, there's a big discrepancy in the amended budget and the year-to-date cash equivalents. Is that related to Port Ladder funding and the medical centre funding?
I think it would be fair to say that I will have to take the specific question on notice, councillor, but quite often at this time of the year, when they're doing all of the financial adjustments right at the very end, there are a number of outstanding issues that calls for variations like that to occur.
And this is an enormous variation, but it could be that we'd set aside money for Port Ladder and the medical centre that is in the bank and not...
Yeah, the medical centre in itself is sitting in our bank account, yep.
Even going to that, we've got a 2.9 million increase in our cash equivalent assets. So is that related to added funds for depreciation?
I think, in all fairness, councillor, I wouldn't want
Yep.
to give you a half
No, that's
an
fine.
answer. I would much prefer to
Pass
speak
the
to
question
the
on to
team.
the expert. That's fine.
I'm pretty good at reading financial reports, but it is what the information that sits behind it in this case. I'll have to get back to you on.
Okay.
I hope
thank
that's
you.
okay.
Any further questions? Not declare a mover and a second, they be noted, please. Thanks, Councillor Collins, second, Deputy Mayor. Put the motion, those in favour?
Aye.
Against, carried. 9.2.
Thank you,
Risk
Mr.
Management
Mayor.
Framework.
It's, this is our new risk management framework. Over the last 12 months, I've become increasingly aware and mindful, as ELT, of course, we have, that it's important to look at both operational and strategic risk, and for this table to have a framework that it can look at and reliably risk and opportunities that arise from risk. This is a new updated risk management framework, taking on board international best practice and applying it to our own environment. We'll be bringing more regular risk reporting for oversight from this table through senior management reporting and operational reporting moving forward.
Any questions on? A mover and a second, as has been noted then. Thank you. Thanks, Councillor Poposky. Second, Councillor Hine. Put that motion, those in favour?
Aye.
Against, carried. 9.3. Caretaker period.
My apologies.
You're right. No, nothing to apologise about.
Page is sticking together. We seem to have missed 9.3 is the election caretaker period.
Yep.
The caretaker period starts at the beginning of September. As councillors will be aware, there are quite a number of restrictions that come into play during caretaker period, including the ability to make significant decisions that bind future councils to basically anything that's going to financially impact future councils. This caretaker period policy has been presented without amendment. Basically what that means is that we've reviewed the caretaker policy, deemed it as being appropriate for the new election period, and it will be updated as a part of the local government electoral reform legislation that's in the process of being enacted as well in due course, but is likely to only come about after the new election period ends and the new council's adopted. So it's tabled for your consideration and adoption.
Questions for Councillor Hine?
Not a question, no. I'm prepared to move it.
Oh, you moved. Sorry.
Yep.
Sorry. Just be patient. Is there any? It was just a natural reaction.
Yeah, good on you, mate.
Is there any questions? Right, move Councillor Hine. Second, Councillor Pilkington. You wish to speak, Councillor Hine?
No, I think it's all self-explanatory, and it's something we've just got to abide by and,
Correct.
and live with it.
Councillor Pilkington?
No, same thing.
Any other speakers? I'll put the motion. Those in favour?
Aye.
Against? Carried. Thank you. We got 9.4.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So once again, this has been workshopped with councillors. It's the implementation of a formalised structure around how we review our policies as an organisation. Our operational and strategic policies are critically important to our ability to be able to deliver services to our community and adhere to legislative requirements. So it's tabled for adoption.
Questions, Councillor Pilkington?
Yeah, I raised a question with Matt when we... Oh, sorry. Thanks, sir. I raised a question with Matt about the fourth paragraph. Policies must not duplicate...
What page?
Fourth
No,
paragraph.
Tony, it's on page 78, I think. It's in the first bit of the report.
Oh, the actual
The actual
policy
Oh, the
document.
actual
Yeah.
report. Guiding principles. Policies must not duplicate or contradict legislation, delegation, local laws, strategic documents or other council policies. Now, I believe we should have policies that challenge. And I think, can I move an amendment to the report?
You can?
The amendment would be policies that are adopted that can contradict state or federal legislation must acknowledge the superior jurisdiction of these bodies. So the thing is that we could have a policy that challenged what the state or federal government wanted to do, but we acknowledged that we couldn't. It's our policy we push, but we can't.
I need a seconder before we can debate it. So seconded by Councillor Hine. Yes, sorry, Councillor Pilkington, you can continue to debate your amendment.
Well, I think I've said what I think. We should have policies that challenge things that are not good for our municipality, but we have to acknowledge that we can't do it and break the law. So that's what that amendment does, and we could fiddle with it if it's not perfectly right. But
So have you got you've actually got the amendment, the wording of that amendment? Thanks, please, Councillor Pilkington.
well, we'll go. Policies that are adopted that contradict state or federal legislation must acknowledge the superior jurisdiction of state and federal governments.
And that's going into or replacing.
Policies must not duplicate or contradict legislation.
Yep. Have you got that?
Councillor, may I forgive me, sorry.
You're right, sorry.
If the table agrees and supports the amendment, I certainly don't have any additional observations to it. In order for us to move forward, and so we're adopting it, would the table, and indeed Councillor, agree to provide delegation to me to make such an amendment to the policy on as a conditional adoption?
Yes.
Councillor Hine, you wish to speak?
No, I think what Steve's on about, or Councillor Pilkington's on about, is merit in putting it in there.
Any other speakers? I must express a concern about putting a policy in place, and me and Steve had this debate, not debate, we've had this discussion. Me and Councillor Pilkington has had this discussion on other issues. I've got a concern of, I've got no problems of having a policy position where we can lobby, challenge, whatever like that, but to actually have a policy document running against legislation, I have a problem with that. Because we're actually putting a policy in we can't actually stick to. That's my problem with it. No other speakers?
Can I?
Yes, sorry, I'm going to guess it, so you've got the right to rebuttal.
So I can see where the mayor's coming from, but politics is about putting positions and standing by them. And if you're in opposition to something and you can't put it, it's not worth being there. We can put it, but acknowledge that without the numbers or the authority, we can't change it. That's my position.
Yep, thank you. Right, so I'll make sure we've got this stuff.
Forgive me, Councillor, could you repeat the wording for Jody?
So we can get it.
And you've added what you want to add at the end? Or is that
So depending on the decision of the table, it might well be that we, this isn't the norm, so forgive me, that I would incorporate through the delegation of the table to make any changes, and we kind of blend
well, I'm happy for that to go in at the start if you want to do it. So policies that are adopted that contradicts state or federal legislation must acknowledge the superior jurisdiction of these bodies.
I do feel it appropriate at the same time, Councillor, to still mention delegations, local laws, strategic documents over the council policies.
Yeah, well, that's fair enough.
That's probably another amendment up. If this amendment gets up, we probably need to move another bit.
What I would say, Mr. Mayor, is that there is an opportunity, I guess, to just
Put it on the table.
to blend it, utilise the essence of the current sentence and overlay the proposed changes by the council.
Let's say we lay it on the table, and then it comes up urgent.
It isn't. You're quite right. And equally, it could come back to the August table, having brought that back.
So therefore, I'll need a
Procedural
motion. I'll need a move and a seconder
Yep,
on that.
I'll second that.
So you'll move a procedural motion, we'll lay it on the table.
Yes.
Seconder?
Yeah.
Councillor Popovsky. Right, there's no debate on procedural motion. It's simply for or against. I'll put the motion. Those in favour?
Aye.
Against? Nil? Right, we'll leave it on the table and come back and with a chance for you, Councillor Bill, to get that reading done.
Thank you, Councillor.
Thank you. 9.5, Leggett notice of motions. There's two we need to deal with.
So, thank you, Mr. Mayor. The first one, and these proposed notices of motion have been circulated by prior to this meeting for feedback. They weren't workshopped because of time pressures, but they were circulated in any case to seek feedback. The first one being the review of section 11.3 of the Land Use and Planning and Approvals Regulations. The intent behind this, in summary, is to seek a review and to ensure greater consistency in the application of planning legislation across Tasmania, something which I know can cause a few challenges. And the second being local post offices across Tasmania from Hobart City Council, and I know that there's a lessening of physical post offices in our communities.
That's a pleasant surprise from Hobart City Council.
Yeah.
I won't say public words when I'm
So the recommended positions have been tabled, and I seek that input to allow for the Mayor and I, when we attend the annual general meeting in Hobart in a few weeks' time, to vote on behalf of Council.
Councillors, I think they're pretty good actually, but do we need to discuss them individually, or can we just put the motion as it is, as a yes? Yes?
I'm happy.
So put the one motion as a yes for both?
Yep.
Well, if we are all in agreement with yes for both,
Well,
I
yep.
can't see why we wouldn't be.
Right, so can I have a move?
Sorry, are we including official post offices and non-official post offices
Licensed.
as in the context of post offices?
Yes, both of them.
So there's official post offices like Smithton, and there's non-official ones that private enterprise.
Yes, both sorts.
All of them.
Deputy Mayor and I actually had a photo taken in front of the post office today on the back where they picked this up coming out of the...
Is that an official post office or a
I think it's
non-official one?
official.
Yeah.
Sorry, Councillor Collins.
I just wanted to say that, like, with the post office in Stanley, that's called a licensed post office.
Yep.
So whether that falls under that category is...
It would,
It is
yeah.
still-
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to differentiate.
Because it's still a
I
licence.
thought I'd help you out there, Ash.
But the post office at probably Irishtown is
Doesn't
non-official.
doesn't exist anymore.
No, well, let's take another one.
Go with Marrow.
Marrow Ward, that'd be
That's a service
included. So we're
provider.
saying
As I
non-official.
understand it, I'm more than happy to ask that question while the motion's put in Hobart. If
I
it's
agree
not
that it should
obvious.
be both, but
Yeah. If it's not obvious that it is, I'm happy to raise that at the meeting. So.
no.
Well, if we're happy with that, we're moving a second that we...
Explanation on the break of day one will allow us to actually generate more income or...
Not necessarily allow us anything, it's to lobby to be able to make some changes to give some more flexibility, basically. So if it gets successful down the track,
Yep,
but it'll be, all these things, they need a starting point,
yep.
and this will be the starting point for the GAT to do some lobbying.
Yeah.
So we're happy, so just to move in one then? Thanks councillor Hines, seconded councillor Pilkington. I don't think there's anything, we've got a quick chat there, no debate. Put the motion, those in favour.
Aye.
Against, carried. Thank you councillors. 9.6, senior management.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Through you, tabled for your consideration. This is a regular report that comes back to council. The changes, however, to the format of the senior management report, I like to think about this as an evolution rather than a revolution. With all of the work that the team and councillors have been putting into embedding Vision 2050 in terms of our future strategy. The senior management report has been framed under each of the 6 themes of Vision 2050. The highlights, well, my meetings aren't always the highlights, but I'll obviously invite any questions when it comes to that. In terms of theme 1, the environment, the Circular Head Waste Partnership has got to be a significant one to highlight. It is fair to say that waste management for our municipality, as it is with all municipalities in Tasmania, is a significant risk to council as we faced increased costs of disposal to landfill, a desire to drive greater use of recycling and come up with more innovative ideas as to how to dispose. Theme 2, community. Our wonderful Connected Communities team, of course, have been working hard, as they always do. There's been a meeting of the Circular Health and Wellbeing Collective. What has been quite interesting this last month is the efforts of that group are also being connected with the new Health Hub. So the collective is being used as or will be used moving forward as a form of advisory group in terms of the services provided through that Health Hub. Likewise, just this week and after the papers were released, I met with UTAS. You'll all be aware that they're no longer based out of the Study Centre, which is no longer, unfortunately, our Study Centre, but they're looking for a new home for their health education programme. And so, once again, having met with the Deputy Vice-Chancellor yesterday, they're certainly interested in how we connect education with service delivery, which is a wonderful opportunity for our community. So that's something that's starting to build pace. In terms of community grants, the round 1 on the 17th of July and will close on the 31st of August, so major grants up to 3,000 and minor grants up to 1,000. Science Gig, of course. Charts planning is well underway. Wonderful event. Will run from 4th of September. Immense effort from the team. In terms of economy, theme number 3, we've had 6 development applications this month. Number of issues, of course, define the turnaround times for development applications, yes, there's a lot of work that goes into the dealing of those, and they're not always straightforward. Theme 4, place. We had NAIDOC Week, Monday the 6th of July onwards for that week. A fantastic turnout outside the front of the council building. It was about 3 times the size of it was last year, wasn't it, Deputy Mayor? The Church Street and Wharf Road junction, it says almost completed. I believe it's completed now, isn't it? Amazing. Yeah, great effort. In terms of theme 5, leadership, there's been a change to the audit panel membership. Audit panel is an integral part of the oversight, the risk and assurance and financial assurance oversight that is independent to councillors, that we rely on heavily to make sure that we are financially sustainable. And finally, theme 6, governance, and the focus of that is the planning and regulatory team have progressed a number of compliance activities and dog renewals. What is really exciting for Ella and I is on Monday we see the start of our new principal advisor for service design. This is an essential role because we're going to start looking at how we do what we do as an organisation to make sure it's customer centric and it's delivering quality outcomes, it's delivering expediency where possible, but it's delivering quality to our customers, internal and external customers, I might add. So it's going to be a pivotal part of how we look at continuous improvement moving forward. Also, at the end of the report, you'll note that there's the end of the year KPI report. This is an annual report that we're required to provide as part of the senior management report at the end of the financial year, and it's tabled for your attention.
Thank you. Questions? No questions? Moving to seconder then, please. Thanks, Deputy Mayor. Seconded, Councillor Collins. No debate. Put the motion. Those in favour?
Aye.
Against? Carried. 9.7.1. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different minutes and reports there. Swirl, Chaddock, Northern Area Management and Stanley Town Hall. As per normal, we'll just see if there's any questions or comments about any of those. If not, if I have a move in a second, as they be all noted, please. Thanks, Councillor Collins. Second, Councillor Hine. I'll put that motion. Those in favour?
Aye.
Against? Carried. Now I need a resolution or result, whether it be resolved by absolute majority that the matters listed below be considered in closed meeting.
Yep.
Councillor Hine, second, Councillor Poski. Put the motion. Those in favour?
Aye.
Against? Carried. And now we need to resolve by absolute majority to go into closed meeting.
So
Councillor
moved.
Popovski, Deputy Mayor, put the motion. Those in favour?
Aye.
Against? Carried.
Turn off.